Long ago, a man named Isaac married a woman named Rebekah. Isaac wanted children, so he prayed to the Lord, who blessed them with twins. But the twins struggled with each other in her womb, so Rebekah questioned the Lord. He responded,
"Your sons will become two rival nations, one stronger than the other."
When the babies were born, the first was red and covered with thick hair, like a fur coat. So they named him Esau. Then the other twin was born, with his hand grasping Esau's heel, so they named him Jacob. As the boys grew up, Esau became a skillful hunter and an outdoorsman. But Jacob had a quiet temper, preferring to stay at home. One day, when Jacob was cooking some stew, Esau arrived home from the wilderness, exhausted and hungry. Esau said to Jacob,
"I'm starved. Give me some of that stew." "All right, but trade me your rights as the firstborn son." "Look, I'm dying of starvation. What is my birthright to me now?" "First you must swear that your birthright is mine."
So Esau swore an oath. One day when Isaac was old and turning blind, he called for Esau and said,
"Go out and hunt some wild game for me. Prepare my favorite dish and bring it here for me. Then I will pronounce the blessing that belongs to you, my firstborn son, before I die."
Rebekah overheard what Isaac had said to Esau. So when Esau left to hunt, she said to Jacob,
"My son, listen to me. Bring 2 fine young goats for me to prepare your father's favorite dish, which you can bring to your father, so he will bless you before he dies. But look, Esau is a hairy man and my skin is smooth. What if my father touches me? Just do what I tell you."
So Jacob went out and got the goats. Rebekah made Isaac's favorite meal and then gave Esau's favorite clothes to Jacob. She covered his arms and the smooth part of his neck with the skin of the goats.
"My father, who are you? Esau or Jacob?" "It's Esau, your firstborn son. Here is the wild game. You can give me your blessing."
So Isaac ate the meal and blessed Jacob, thinking he was Esau. Since Jacob knew Esau would be angry, he got his father's permission to go to Paddan Aram to find a wife. So Jacob went on his way. At sundown he stopped for the night. As he slept, he dreamed of a stairway with angels that reached up from the earth up to heaven. At the top of the stairway stood the Lord, who said,
"Your descendants will be as numerous as the dust of the earth, and all the families of the earth will be blessed through your family. I am with you, and I will protect you wherever you go. One day I will bring you back to this land."
Then Jacob woke up. He took the stone he had rested his head against, and he set it upright as a memorial pillar, a place for worshiping God. He vowed to give God 1/10 of everything that God had given him, and named that place Bethel, which means the house of God. Eventually Jacob arrived at Paddan Aram. He met Laban's daughter, Rachel, at a well, and he fell in love with her at once. She brought him to meet Laban. Jacob gave Laban an offer to work 7 years to marry Rachel.
Laban agreed, but after the 7 years, Laban tricked Jacob into marrying his oldest daughter, Leah. Jacob was unhappy about this, but agreed to work another 7 years for Rachel.
After Jacob married Rachel and worked another 7 years, he decided to go back to his homeland. Laban wanted to pay him for his labor, so Jacob suggested he take all the sheep and goats that were not perfectly white. Laban agreed.
Then Jacob sneakily caused more and more imperfect goats and sheep to be born, so his wealth increased greatly. Laban became jealous and angry with Jacob, so Jacob ran back to his father's land with all his family and livestock.
Jacob decided it was time to make peace with Esau. He sent Esau many gifts and waited for Esau's response. That night a man wrestled with Jacob, and when the man saw that he would not win, he touched Jacob's hip and wrenched it out of its socket. Then the man said,
"Let me go, for the dawn is breaking. I will not let you go unless you bless me. Your name will no longer be Jacob. From now on you will be called Israel, because you have fought with God and with men and have won."
Jacob named the place Peniel, for he said,
"I have seen God face to face, yet my life has been spared."
Esau forgave Jacob that day, and then Jacob finally arrived back in Bethel. He purified his household of its pagan idols and built an altar for God.
The time came for Jacob to pass away. He blessed his sons and then joined his ancestors in death.